If you don't want to actually use the hose, if you want to use the floor head in a handheld form, then you can absolutely do that. So this is going to be ideal for when you're cleaning stairs, for instance. Right, folks, so this is the P16, which is a cordless vacuum cleaner from Proscenic. It's an upright model and it is one of their latest releases. Now, full disclosure, they did send this to me for the purposes of the video, but having used this for a few times now, I do think it has a number of features that people are going to like, and I have been putting it through its paces. So starting with the design, I actually am a big fan of it. It does look fairly standard, but it does what you need. It has the dustbin in a vertical orientation rather than a horizontal dustbin, as some other models use, which actually I think works better this way because it keeps the vacuum cleaner in a lower profile. We have the hose here, which is removable, of course, if you want to use the vacuum cleaner in its handheld mode. But what I like about the hose is it has this neat feature where, even though right now it's locked, you can actually unlock it with the button down here, and then you can lift it horizontally as you are using the vacuum cleaner, giving you really easy access under tighter to reach spaces such as under sofas, and I think that alone is going to be a feature that will be attractive. Now, the head itself gives you plenty of flexibility. It has up to 180-degree rotation, again just going to help you getting into those nooks and crannies. The roller is absolutely functional. It has anti-tangle design to it, but when you do get those tangles or blockages, then it's also very easy to remove those, thanks to the fact that a simple click of the button will allow you to remove that roller. Now, in terms of technical specs, first off, the suction here is really powerful, up to 45,000 PA of suction, thanks to the 555 watt motor. Now, okay, it's a cordless vacuum cleaner. It's not going to be competing with the latest and graded corded models that do have that extra oomph. And I would say you can certainly use this, depending on your home, as your main primary vacuum cleaner, especially thanks to the fact that the battery does support up to 55 minutes of runtime off a single full charge. Now, that is in the eco mode. However, that advertised runtime is pretty accurate, I would say, and it tends to be close to what we would get. Now, if you do want to increase the power, you are going to be sacrificing battery life, but you do have additional power modes, including normal suction and turbo suction as well. But I would only advise using turbo when you do have those stubborn areas that you want to clean. For the most part, you'll probably want to be using the normal, or if you can get away with it, even the eco modes. It would have been awesome if Proscenic could have chucked an extra battery pack in here in the box so that we could have had that spare ready to go, but I understand why they didn't. You know, they do want to keep the cost of this down to a little bit more of a budget level model, but you can also pick these battery packs up separately from Proscenic if that is important to you. But because you get up to an hour or close to an hour off a single charge, I think for most people, one battery pack is probably going to be sufficient. And when it comes to the additional attachments, you do get the standard crevice tool for handheld mode. But one thing I do like is that the brush tool is actually built directly into the unit itself, so you're never going to lose that. It's right there, ready to go whenever you need it. Like I say, just another thoughtful part of the design that Proscenic have given us. If you don't want to actually use the hose, if you want to use the floor head in a handheld form, then you can absolutely do that. So this is going to be ideal for when you're cleaning stairs, for instance. I find this is going to be useful for cleaning the boot of our car, or trunk as our American friends would call it. And what's great, when I first took this out of the box, and I did do an unboxing video on this, it took about 2 minutes to assemble this thing, and I didn't even need to read the instructions. So again, that just goes back to that nice, simple but functional design that Proscenic have given us. And in terms of the price point, it's obviously not up there with the most premium advanced models that you can get from some of the different brands, but the build quality here is absolutely more than satisfactory. I would recommend the Proscenic P16 Cordless Vacuum Cleaner, and I hope the video helped.